Hello and welcome to the new Pharma Insights podcast by Reuters Events Pharma, where we'll be having real conversations with the leaders shaping the future of pharma today. I'm Jonathan Elliott, your host for this episode. At the Reuters Events Pharma USA conference in Philadelphia recently, I had one of those conversations that makes you think differently about where the boundaries of the pharmaceutical industry really lie. I was talking to Briz, President of Professional Health at Nestlé Health Science. Nestlé Health Science sits in a fascinating space that most people outside the industry don't even know exists, right at the intersection of food, nutrition and pharma. It's a company that genuinely believes food is the best medicine, and, under Louis' leadership, the Professional Health Division is making that a serious commercial proposition, not just a slogan. The division bridges two worlds. On one side, FDA-approved pharmaceutical therapies, including the first oral microbiome treatment approved in the US. On the other, medical nutrition and healthcare professional-grade vitamins. Put them together and you have a business that is asking a fundamentally different question to most pharma companies. Not just how do you treat disease, but how does nutrition fit into the entire health continuum? We talked about how direct-to-patient models can break down the inefficiencies in the complex chain from diagnosis to ongoing therapy. We discussed the magic triangle of patient, healthcare professional and payer, and what it takes to make it work without undermining trust. And we got into what Louis sees as the next frontier, mastering the microbiome, and what that could mean, not just for GI conditions, but for brain health, immunotherapy, and the future of personalised nutrition. Louis, welcome to the podcast. Thank you so much for joining us today. Perhaps we could just begin with an overview of Nestlé Health Science's mission. What is it and what's it trying to do to support patients and consumers across the health continuum?
Sure. Thank you so much for having me. So yes, Nestlé Health Science's mission is to empower healthier lives through nutrition. At Nestlé Health Science, we strongly believe food is the best medicine to prevent, mitigate, or recover from health conditions or health challenges you have.
So just tell me a little bit about the Professional Health Division and how it bridges the gap between pharma world and the consumer healthcare world. It does seem that Nestlé is known as a food and beverage company, but so how does it connect to pharma?
Sure. Look, the way I describe Professional Health Division is the division that we connect the pharma GI wall with the consumer healthcare and nutrition wall. We are the bridge between pharma and food. Why I say that we are the bridge between pharma and food? The first reason of this, we have two assets in the pharma GI space, one called Sempep, another one called Baus, which are the closest drugs that can be to nutrition. Sempep, a best-in-class enzyme with the right level of potencies, which help you to digest food when your pancreas is not working as good as it should. Second, Baus, the cutting-edge microbiome solution we have in the market, the first oral FDA-approved microbiome therapy, which helps you to prevent C. diff recurrence. One drug helps you to digest food, the other one helps you to restore your microbiome to assure your gut is able to digest food. This is the first pillar. Second pillar, medical nutrition. Medical nutrition, we have fantastic products and offering there, like Peptamen and Complete. Best-in-class solutions for patients with impaired GI function, like malabsorption, oral or tube feeding. The best nutrition for all those patients with health conditions are the products we have in these portfolios. And last but not least, our healthcare professional recommended vitamins, where Pure Encapsulation is the main brand that we have in the portfolio. This is the number one healthcare professional brand in the US. Following the deficit of nutrients your healthcare professional tells you have or diagnosis, we offer the purest and free from any additives brand could offer. These three together, they connect with this bridge that I mentioned about making the difference between these two walls and making that connection. Because we strongly believe that food is the best medicine.
Fantastic. Okay. Just tell us a bit about how your direct-to-patient models continue to improve patient access now. It's from diagnosis through to ongoing therapy.
Yeah, if you look at the challenges a patient has, I think it follows this flow. First, diagnosis, why you need the drug or nutrition solution that your healthcare professional recommends you. Why you need it, when you need it, how you need it, and where it must be delivered to you. If you follow all this process between the patient, the healthcare professional, and the payer, what I call the magic triangle, this is normally adding a lot of touch points and is very complex, especially here in the US. A lot of inefficiencies and a lot of ways that is preventing the patient or the consumer to have the best support. Having a more direct to patient, sometimes it can be direct to patient a model, it helps you to break those barriers, provide transparency, which is critically important for all the patients to know where the drug is across all the process of the prescription until they have the administration.
Fantastic. That's fascinating. How can companies use direct patient insights to reduce access barriers and improve outcomes without undermining the trust with doctors, physicians, and the broader healthcare system?
Yeah. So first of all this needs to be based with a very strong ethical and compliance position. We know that this is a business, especially in the pharmaceutical, that is very regulated. So we need to have a very strong compliance framework in order to see how we operate. The more direct contacts manufacturers have with the patient, the more direct access you may have to health information. It means that you need to be careful and you need to be respectful on this compliance framework. Once you have that well set up, all this information managed in the process, in the proper flow, it can help tremendously to support the patient needs. Not only what they need, also providing transparency across the whole ecosystem. It does not mean we will not need to always work with physicians and the broader healthcare system. We will need them. At the end, they are the ones who are endorsing and they're going to be always the ones who provide the final say about what the patient needs. But as we evolve on all that, I think that we have a lot of work to do and a lot of opportunity to streamline all this complex process that we have.
What's next on the horizon when it comes to Nestlé Health Science innovation?
Look, I'm very excited about all what is going to come across microbiome. I think mastering microbiome is going to be where the future of nutrition is going to come, right? So we have few projects that are coming across the different business units in order to see how we can better know and better leverage all the knowledge that we have to support patients' needs. I strongly believe, as I said, that the future of nutrition has a very strong connection about the understanding of the microbiome, not only for GI conditions, also for immunotherapies, brain health, many other conditions. So if we are able to really master this magic triangle I mentioned before between the patient, the healthcare professional, the payer, leveraging all the new AI tools that are in the market, and really betting into that trend that we see coming, I think we are going to make a huge change in the industry. Very exciting times.
Very exciting times. Luis Briz, thank you so much for sharing your insights with us today on the podcast. It's great, been great to talk.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Luis Briz there, President of Professional Health at Nestlé Health Science, with a reminder that the future of medicine might have a lot more to do with what we eat than most of us realise. That's it for this edition of Reuters Events Pharma Insights. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with colleagues and do subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss our next conversation with another outstanding leader from the pharmaceutical and health science world. Until next time, goodbye.